we at Mandarin Oriental, we never say no.
Yeah,
it's not in our
that's exactly why I asked you.
don't-
Hi guys, my name is Sudhanshu Jaipuria from Luxury Cloud Podcast, and today I'm super excited because we have our favorite partners all the way from many countries to here in our studio. And they are special, they are luxurious, they are one of the best chain of hotels that I know of. And most of the UHNIs of India and globally, they are the fans of those hotels. I'm talking about none other than Hotel Mandarin Oriental, and I have with me Ayfer Bedir from London.
Yes.
And she's the director of sales at both the properties, which is Mandarin Oriental, Hyde Park and Mayfair.
Correct.
So welcome to the
exciting.
show, Ayfer.
Thank you very much. Excited to be here and to be with you guys.
Thank you so much.
And it is great news because we've got 2 hotels now
Yes.
in London, which is really exciting.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you for having us.
Tell me about both the properties, because one is the Hyde Park and then you have the latest Mayfair property.
Of course.
So how do you differentiate between the two?
Do you know what? The location, they're very different from one another. Knightsbridge, as we know with Hyde Park, it's in the heart of Knightsbridge.
Yes.
You've got all of the shops, the restaurants to one side, and the rear of the hotel.
Yeah.
You've got Hyde Park, which you can step into, where you can see the Royal Horse Guards.
Right.
So it really gives you that feel as though you're in the English countryside,
Yes.
but yet you are in the heart of London. And then you look at Mayfair, again, very different part of town.
Yes.
Much more, I'd say, for the arts and cultural kind of clientele.
Yes.
But again, you've got lots of the boutiques there as well.
Yeah.
And remember, with Mayfair, we've got 50 rooms and suites and the residences.
Nice.
So it's much more bespoke and
So how would you really differentiate? Like for a family, is it for a family or a business traveler or leisure?
I would say they both attract families, but I'd say Hyde Park is much more family friendly.
Oh, really?
Only because Mayfair is much more of a smaller hotel because of what's in the area.
Yes. Yes.
It depends on really what you're looking for. And I think if you're traveling on your own or if you're traveling with your partner, Mayfair does work.
Yeah.
But as we know, when you come to London, you come to London because you want the location.
I can imagine.
And it's Mayfair, it's Knightsbridge.
Yes, it's both the top location that you have, and I think that's the best part for, wherever you see MO properties across the globe.
Exactly.
They're always right bang in the center, and I think that's what makes it super special.
Yeah.
So tell me one thing, London has so many luxury hotels. How do you guys keep up with the competition, because this constantly you have to redevelop something and coming with ideas. So how do you really cope up with that? Tell us things that people don't know in the background what is happening.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's all about, it keeps us busy, that's for sure.
Yes.
It keeps us on our toes. But it's really involving the people and becoming a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
You always need to look at what the other competitors, what other brands are doing.
Yes.
But it's about what we are, our DNA.
Yes.
What Mandarin Oriental is all about and where we want to go, focusing on our vision. And in regards to, the brand is growing over the next couple of years.
Yes.
With regards to the different hotels. But I think London's one of those cities, it doesn't matter how many times you've been to London, there's always a reason to come to London, which is why there's always more and more hotels opening.
I can imagine.
And that's why we wanted to go with 2 different locations as well.
Because I think it would cater to 2 kind of mindset and 2 categories of hotels,
Yeah.
That's what, and I think London, you're right, because I know so many people who go every year to London and their stays are usually about 2 to 3 weeks as well.
Yeah.
So do you see that coming from the Indian market as well to your properties?
Yes. Do you know what? We're seeing more and more long stays.
Yeah.
And before it may have been 1 room, 2 room, but now I think they're combining business and leisure at the same time because they've got friends and family that whether they're living in Europe, working in Europe or in London, and they're kind of combining the business and leisure trip together.
Fantastic.
So more so long stays.
Can you tell us some stories, which happened, any unusual request from your client, which was not usually that it's just a request for an upgrade or a soup at night? I mean, something unusual, any funny story that you remember that happened and you would like to share with us, and how you manage that?
Do you know what? As you know, we at Mandarin Oriental, we never say no.
Yeah,
it's not in our nature.
That's exactly why I asked you.
We don't know how to say no.
Yes.
I mean, we've had a request where we've had to accommodate the rest of their family, meaning their pets as well.
Oh, wow.
Could be from their rabbits.
Wow.
Which we've had before, their cats, which is not a normal
And the
request.
dietary requirements also, I'm sure they came along with that.
Dietary requirements never end anyway,
Oh,
whether
my
it's for us as humans or whether it's for the extended family.
That's funny.
That comes up quite a bit, but I think that's following the pandemic. People want to travel with their pets as well.
Wow.
Horse riding lessons. Now, that's one thing I will say.
Yeah.
You would not think, I want to go to London. I want to go horse riding.
Yeah, exactly. My daughter said that. You know, Dad, where can I go for horse riding? So we were in Windsor and I had to find a location where she could do that.
We get that quite a bit. And I think you expect that from the English countryside, but not necessarily in London itself. But remember, Mandarin Oriental Hyde Park is on Hyde Park, literally. So we can arrange. We've got the horse carts that go by daily, so which is why we can arrange horse riding lessons.
Fantastic.
Or even just to feed the horses, which we do daily as well.
I mean, I can imagine because a lot of kids would love that kind of activity because you don't get to do that generally. You know?
No, it's unusual for a city like London.
Wow, fantastic. So how do you see India market? I mean, I'm sure that you've seen some transition, which is probably why you're also here in India. So how do you foresee Indian market for your property or for luxury in general?
Do you know what? The Indian market, I'd say for the past 10 years, I've always said there's so much potential.
Yes.
But we were not going to visit the country as often as we should do.
Yes.
And I think I'd say the past 5 years it's become much more stronger. But it's all about the relationships that we're building with our partners and with our guests.
Thank you so much. I mean, you know, because of your support, I think we were able to work closely with your brand across the globe and your property specifically as well. Because I think that changes everything, you know, because when you tell the client that this is what you can expect, because online you cannot understand, you know, like two beautiful looking rooms. You cannot experience the service unless you go there, which is why probably we also get a lot of repeat guests to Emo. I mean, there is a fan club called Fans of Emo. You know, it's a true thing because people are truly fans, which is why I think the name came up from.
Exactly,
So
it's about building, it's about nurturing that relationship as well. And I think it also makes such a big difference when you know somebody on property,
100%.
whether it's on a corporate level, whether it's on property. Because if you ever need anything, I don't know, it could be a special occasion, they're going through a tough time, can you do this, can you do that? You can ask that person directly and we will do whatever we can. We'll go even above and beyond.
I can totally imagine, and I don't think I agree with you more because all the booking that we have, the UHNIs want to book through us because they have specific requirements that I want rooms to be together, I want nanny's room to be on the same floor and 100 other requests. So it's not about the money, it's all about the comfort that they want to have once they're there. They don't want any surprises.
It's a trust as well.
It's trust
having
completely.
That trust, that loyalty. I know I don't need to worry about this guest because they're in safe hands.
Exactly, and I think that totally you're right because whenever we choose a property like yours, we know it for a fact. Once we've done the booking and they've arrived, we never get a call. We always get a positive call of thank you so much for recommending this property because now I am spoiled. People call us, you know, wives call us, oh now of course, you know, we cannot stay anything less than MO. But thank you so much, Ayfer, and thank you so much for coming on.
It's nice to be here and thank you for the time.
No, thank you so much. And we hope to do more business and more Indian guests coming to your property very soon.
Looking forward to it. Thank you
so much.
Thank you.